Hey everybody, Skilly416 or mdoepker here, bringing you guys another playoffs battle. So today we have TORFdot0 versus FlashyWhistle, or Casey and Jeremy respectively. So a little bit of background info, this is actually the second battle in their best of 3 series for the A-side match. Unfortunately, they had a DC occur in the first one, but it was 5-1 in TORFdot0 or Casey's favor. So, knowing coming into this battle, as I have not seen it as well as you guys, it is currently a 1-0 series for Casey. So the teams here, Casey is running the Bisharp, Conkeldurr, Tentacruel, Tangrowth, Charizard, as well as Clefable. I believe that is a Charizard X. I could be mistaken though. And Jeremy, or FlashyWhistle, is running the Medicham, Kecleon, Miltank, Bibaracle, if that's how you say it, Alakazam, Mega Alakazam that is, as well as a Noivern. So you'll notice that Jeremy does have a much more NU lower tier team. This is partially due to the fact that he joined the league a little bit later and didn't like the team that he was taking over as much, so he dropped some of them and picked up some new people. So he does have some really big threats. A Mega Alakazam is an iffy one. It is super strong. Noivern can hit hard, as well as Bibaracle. Miltank is a great wall, etc, etc. But TORFdot0 has a really strong team, and he proved that in the round robin phase of the league, the regular season, as he did place, I believe it was 2nd overall in the Hoenn Conference. So he is definitely a threat to watch out for in the upcoming playoff matches. But other than that, let's just get right into this match here. So Casey, or TORFdot0, I'll refer to him as Torf and as Flashy for the rest of the battle, just so you guys know. Torf leads with the Bisharp, as Flashy leads with the Noivern. Probably not a very good matchup at all for Torf. Probably fearing Flamethrower is the big one there. And he does indeed go for the Flamethrower on the incoming Tentacruel, so very nice switch there for Torf. He gets some Black Sludge recovery here, and Noivern isn't going to want to stay in, obviously. He's switching out, doesn't want to take any sort of attack because it's frail, so he switches out to his Medicham. That'd be pretty risky, but it is Toxic Spikes. Not sure if he predicted that or not, but that was a very nice switch as he got his Medicham in free before the Toxic Spikes. If I do recall, he does not have a spinner, unfortunately, so those Toxic Spikes are up for the match. Torf switches out to his Tangrowth, and he's going to take a Drain Punch, pretty well. Tangrowth is a major wall, and it's going to be hard to get past this for Flashy. He doesn't want to keep his Medicham in here, can't do too much, and he goes back out into his Noivern. Probably going to set up a Leech Seed here. We do see that the Tangrowth is carrying... Oh no, he goes for the knockoff. Oh, that's going to get rid of the Choice Specs, and that's going to hurt Noivern a lot in the rest of this matchup. Tangrowth is going to be switching in and out a lot. Excuse me. It's going to be switching in and out a lot, as it does have the Regenerator ability, which gives it 1/3 of its HP back every time it switches out. So on the incoming Air Slash, Torf is going to switch out to Tentacruel, and it's going to take barely any damage, but however, this Boom Burst is going to do a pretty big chunk as the Tentacruel gets up the 2nd layer of Toxic Spikes. That is not good for Flashy, as now every time he switches a Pokemon in, it's going to become toxic damage, and I don't believe there's no Poison type Pokemon to absorb those spikes for him either. Tentacruel takes the Draco Meteor and then fires off an Ice Beam, getting rid of that Noivern, which is really gonna hurt Flashy in the rest of this battle. That was the only Pokemon that he had immune to the toxic damage. He brings in the Medicham here, who's going to take the toxic damage, and obviously will easily be able to take out the Tentacruel, so it won't want to stay in here, even though it is at such a low health. He goes out into his Tangrowth to take whatever hit, because, ooh, predicted very nicely by Flashy. He goes for the Ice Punch, which will be a 3-hit KO, or about that. After leftovers, I'm not sure if it will be a guaranteed 3-hit, but it will be close. He's gonna remove his Medicham here, possibly not wanting to take a knockoff, as he goes into Alakazam, probably predicting the knockoff, as it is his Mega and it won't take as much damage from it, but it will be enough to take it out because of a critical hit! Wow! I thought that did a lot of damage, however, Alakazam is very frail as it is, so it could have just been the plain damage. He's going to bring out Mrs. O'Leary, his Miltank here. Ooh, and that Toxic is going to hurt this Miltank more than you know. He's going to go for a Body Slam, which won't do very much to a Tangrowth, probably hoping for the Pair Hacks. Doesn't get any, unfortunately, and he loses his leftovers. Part of the reason that Torf was able to do so well in the round robin, in my opinion, was due to the fact that he drafted a very, very strong core in a lot of regenerator Pokemon, as well as things like Tentacruel, which he did trade for later on, but still. Flashy is now able to get that Paralyze off, so that's really nice. And he gets, Tangrowth gets the Leech Seed off on the Miltank. So now, not only is its toxic damage racking up, it's going to be taking Leech Seed damage each turn too. So this is not looking very good for Flashy at the moment. We are going to see him withdraw, probably not wanting to get the toxic racked up too much, as he goes back out into Medicham. Torf switches out as well and goes out into his Conkeldurr. Not necessarily the best switch for Torf there, as he does not have the advantage in this situation. Unfortunately, due to the league rules, transfer moves are not allowed, so he's not allowed to be having knockoff or anything like that. And the Tangrowth misses, I believe it was a Drain Punch? It was a Drain Punch or a Zen Headbutt, I missed that, sorry. Either way, it missed, so that really hurt, as even though it wasn't going to be able to take it out, any damage is good damage, obviously. A Tangrowth goes for the Giga Drain here, and that's going to do a hell of a lot to that Miltank, who's going to be going down next turn for sure. Except he goes for the Milk Drink and gets that off. The only issue with that is Tangrowth is just going to go for another Giga Drain, as you're seeing on the screen here, and Toxic is going to add up again, and it's just going to bring him down to the same point that he was at before, pretty much. And he's going to Milk Drink again. Not much more of a choice to do at this point, though. So the Giga Drain is going to take it down again, and the Toxic is going to bring it back down to about the same amount. The Milk Drink again. We have a bit of a stall fest here. So, yeah. Giga Drain again. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, Torf was able to draft a fairly bulky team in comparison to a lot of other people who tended to draw towards a hyper-offensive or more of a theme sort of thing. But he did draft a very bulky team, only had to trade a couple of Pokemon to get to where he did. The Miltank finally goes down. So that is a big issue that a lot of people would find against him when they go to match up. And the Medicham risks it and goes for the high jump kick actually there, as the Tangrowth gets the knockoff. Ooh, and losing that Choice Scarf will hurt quite a bit, as I believe he's base 80. So even though that is a very low speed tier, he still won't be able to outspeed much of anything now. He's going to go for the high jump kick again, which is easily a 3-hit KO. However, Medicham will be going down this turn due to toxic damage. And Flashy just isn't able to get this Tangrowth out of the way, and it is causing his team major issues. Mrs. Mary Shelley, sorry, comes out here now, and also is going to get toxic damage. She is going to go for the Shell Smash. very risky here as, well, I guess at this point there's no point in him not trying to go for a risky play. He's going to get the White Herb, but a Giga Drain will ooh! But the Parallax finally kick in! So we're going to see possibly the first KO against Torf here. Mary Shelley's at +2 for special attack, regular attack, and speed. But a Razor Shell won't be able to take that out even at +2. But the defense does fall, however the Giga Drain will be able to take Barbarical out, as it isn't an overly bulky Pokemon. So we almost saw a little glimmer of hope there for Flashy. However, it turned back on him very quickly as well. And now that this Tangrowth is paralyzed, we can't even see it toxic or anything like that. Karma the Kecleon is going to come out here, and he's going to go straight for a Sucker Punch. Protein is going to switch it to a Dark type, however, the Tangrowth goes for the Leech Seed. Possibly predicting that. Probably more playing a safe play as opposed to going straight for a knockoff. Just wanting to get more damage off, as the Tangrowth doesn't really have a reason to switch out at this point. It's put in serious work against this team, and unfortunately Flashy just doesn't have a check or a counter to it. So he does switch it out here though, probably predicting another Sucker Punch possibly, where he goes into his Conkeldurr. And as the Sucker Punch doesn't go off because of the switch, Conkeldurr does get a little bit of HP. No, he was already at full. Sorry, guys. But that Toxic is starting to rack up, and Kecleon doesn't have any switches anymore, but a Sucker Punch won't be able to take out the Conkeldurr. Too much bulk, and it's resisted as well. He goes for the Payback, and that is going to almost bring it down. But after Leech Seed and Toxic, that Kecleon is unfortunately going to go down. So I believe that was a 6-0 for Torf. So after this, Torf will be moving on to the next round, and Flashy will be moving to the B side. So the way that the A side works versus the B side, A side continuously is best of 3 matches, whereas the B side is best of 1 matches. So the B side is much more sudden death feel to give people that rush that, you know, this is make it or break it at this point. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for more Access GBA playoff matches. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and bye.